Blowing everyone, welcome to another episode of Daily Energy. I'm your host, Dorea Eden. The day is Arijenu, Dini Ninai, Deson. It is the 19th day of Is the 19th day of January. The energy for today is one of communication. So it's going to highlight effective communication and ineffective communication. It is also a day of support. So it's going to, if you're feeling like you don't have a support system, it's a good day to support others and also communicate to those that you would like for them to support you more. However, you must find a way to construct this thing cautiously. Okay? Communicate your wants, communicate your needs, communicate to your internal self, communicate to your external self, communicate to the divine manifest. It's a day of learning. So it's a day to learn. Read a book. Okay? Read a book, learn, study. Since it's a Sunday, a lot of you are going to be studying scripture. So it's a good day to do that. It's a good day to make the connection. So try your best to refrain from drama. Although, let me just read you today's energy. The day ushers in original energy. It's like yesterday's energy. It will be curious, free-spirited, and independent. Or it will search for independence. It will cause people to be honest and direct. That is a part of the problem. It will cause people to be honest and direct. Although not intended to offend, this could lead to many arguments and disagreements, as today's energy is about communication. So it will require us to keep our egos in check and be more mature and less attention seeking. Instead of attention seeking, we are encouraged to pay attention to the little things, to get ahead of the big things, and to get the big things done, to stop getting bored and bogged down with the details. This energy can be inconsiderate at times, as it does what it wants to do when it wants to do it. And it can cause people to raise an eyebrow like, what? What just happened? Thus, it will lead to jaw-dropping statements, flamboyance, and outrageous behavior. This is a day of surprise, as there is disbelief in the bold actions that might definitely take place and definitely will get the reaction today. This is a day likely to be full of fighting, as people fight against their own intuition. Oh boy. So this is a day to where people are going to fight against their own intuition, meaning they're going to fight against their better judgment, meaning fighting against their better judgment. They're fighting against their higher selves. Although there are many people fighting to embrace their higher selves, today there's many people going to be fighting against it, okay? It is important that you focus on learning and creation. So between today and tomorrow, so the first half of the day is about learning. The latter half of the day, like somewhere in the night, is to think about some of the stuff that you want to create for tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be some creative energy that you're going to be drawing in. So today is all about learning, and then tomorrow is about applying the learning to actually create something. Those who are true to themselves and others will lead and inspire. So leadership is highlighted today. We're going to see a lot of inspiration. Obviously, it's a Sunday, and typically that's the case on Sundays, is we get some good word, okay? We get some good word. Now, I'm not going to go on a tangent, but we get some good word, okay? All right, so, but here's the thing. And we're going to need the good word, okay? Because You remember that, that outrageous behavior? All right, somebody might throw some fecal matter on somebody, something having to do with fecal matter, okay? Fecal matter, okay? Yeah, like smearing on the walls and yeah, or fecal matter found in places it has no business being found. We're going to hear about it's a Sunday, so I ain't going to say it today, but typically I would say it. Fecal matter being thrown or having to clean up, possibly thrown in a celebrity's face by a fan, or found in someone's food at a cafe. So we will hear more about retaliation and uncommon revenge here. This could also happen while someone is walking down the street, because I'm picking up cafes, I'm picking up restaurants, I'm picking up face, I'm picking up a lot of body parts like the ankle, the face, etc., and walking. So a lot to do with walking and the legs and fecal matter. So I'm just tying two and two together and give you like scenarios, because the stories that we're going to hear overall is going to have to do with fecal matter. Okay. Fecal matter could be anything that is not supposed to be where it needs to be. Okay. It could be rat poop found in somebody's food. So when you're eating out at these restaurants today, because restaurants is also something highlighted today, we're going to hear more news on restaurants today. When you're eating at these restaurants, if I were you, I would examine your food before you eat it. Because it could be a string of hair or something. Ain't no telling, but there's going to be things found in places where they typically would not be found. More news on pedestrian incidents and walking accidents, such as ankle injuries and walking canes. So since today is Sunday, I don't know if there's football going on today, but we may hear more about ankle injuries in the sports area. Last time I said knee injuries. This time I'm saying some kind of ankle injuries, some kind of injuries affecting the legs here. More about cleanup efforts, and this could be cleanup efforts having to do with California, or cleanup efforts having to do with some of the other places that experience catastrophic events or something of the other. I'm getting that here. We may also see some cleanup efforts having to do with vandalism. Someone may have tried to, they may have vandalized a shop or something over the weekend, and or some kind of building or a monument, or they will do so in the next 1 to 3 days, I'm picking up, and that will need to be cleaned up. We will hear news regarding nurses, as I'm seeing, more going on about injuries and scrubs. And so washing the scrubs. So scrubs also apply to nurses. So we will hear more regarding nurses. We may hear something about a lance or a sharp instrument. We are likely to hear more about cuts, incisions, oxygen pumping or spreading. Okay, oxygen pumps. So make sure your loved one's oxygen pumps are in working condition and full today, because I'm getting something about oxygen, something highlighted in the news over the next 1 to 3 days about oxygen coming in. Okay, we will hear more in the news about restaurants, food, drinking, eating bars, nightclubs. Could be something related to 7-Eleven or another 24-hour gas station. More specifically, when it comes down to the bars and the nightclubs, if you were out drinking, or if you plan on going out drinking or something of that nature, you want to make sure you cover your glass. If you're out drinking, I don't care if you're at church having a drink at church, cover your glass, because you want to ensure that it's not tampered with, because I'm getting something coming in about someone trying to lace someone's drink. So if you're feeling like And this you know what I was watching, it ties together because I was watching this show last night on Tubi, and I forget what it was. It was like obsessed with you or something like that. I was watching, and this girl was so obsessed with somebody, she wanted to be that person, that she started taking on characteristics of that person, and eventually she started to lace their drinks and cause stuff to happen to her friends. So you want to watch out, because there are backstabbers in the world, and all the time they want to take your place. The backstabbers, they smile in your face. All the time they want to take your place. The backstab. Who's that? Temptation. Backstabbers. The backstabbers, okay? So they don't care where you are. And because I'm getting indications on arguments and fights and stuff like that, backstabbers may be a literal thing, because sometimes when arguments get so heated, people get up in each other's face because they don't want to respect people's boundaries, and they get up all in each other's face, and they be doing all this nyam nyam nyam. You know what I mean? They be doing all this nyam 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 nyam, and then the claws start coming out. You see, the claws start coming out. So even though, like I said, this is people fighting against their better judgment here, fighting against their intuition. And so, yeah, and then it's going to be the people that's going to shock you. Some of these people going to shock you, people you thought you never were going to get into it with. Okay, I'm telling you. All right. It starts off small, but I'm telling you what I know. All right, reports on insects and disease transmission. I'm getting something about an allergic reaction. And so even though it's cold in some areas and the insects aren't moving about as normal, I'm still getting like allergic reactions. What was that dust the other day? Was that affecting y'all? Because there was some kind of dust. You could just smell dirt in the air. And it was horrible. I didn't know if they were spreading something in the world or not. But it was horrible. It was horrible. But, yeah, I had to get under my covers because it was choking me up. I also am getting something coming in. Now, when I said 7-Eleven, 24-hour gas station at night, make sure when you get out your car, you actually lock your car even when you're pumping gas. Okay, take your keys out the ignition. Lock your car even while you're pumping gas, because some people will crawl on the side of your car while you're pumping gas and drive off. Okay, while you're about to pump gas, and they will drive off, or when you're going to pay for your gas, and they will drive off. Okay, so you want to make sure you're paying attention to your surroundings, because sometimes we let our guards down on a day such as today, you know, but you can't let your guard down. Okay, I'm seeing here rifle. Okay, so rifle. Now this rifle on a Sunday is concerning, because people have lost their moral compasses. And so today I would be cautious of that, and we may hear something coming in on the news about that. This could be something coming in on the news about the laws concerning that. A lot of browsing today. I'm also getting flipped. This could be housing flips, but something flipped. So we might hear news about accidents of something flipping over. And this could have something to do with someone hurting their ankle or something like that. They flip over, or there's something that's going to turn over. Okay, and that could be an ankle, okay, that turns over. All right, so I'm getting more about acne. This acne could be related to the need for, I'm not a medical doctor, but I personally have seen the significance of the skin clearing up with enemas, okay? So this could have something to do with acne and fecal matter being tied together, that we find news or natural medicine type news concerning, or natural remedy type news concerning enemas. Okay, maybe something, I don't know, let me get off that subject, or some kind of allergic reaction. So I tied the allergic reaction to the fleas, the mites, the bee stings. You want to be cautious around that. Some people are allergic, so make sure you have your, what do they call those things? I can't, your emergency things. I can't think of what they're called. But if you're allergic and you know you're allergic to some kind of insects, make sure you have those with you, okay? So someone in position and high status regarded as stupid or not qualified. So this is remember I told you about that jaw-dropping statement? There might be a jaw-dropping statement that comes in today and you be like, wait a minute, what did he just say? What did they just say? Yeah, this type of energy coming in. Someone beaten with a cane or pole or something related to sugar cane. I'm getting cane, okay? Or something having to do with the ankle. See, no, you see the ties? You have ankle, you have flip, you have cane. So something significant. We may see something in the news about someone walking on a cane and we're like, wait, what happened? Okay. I'm getting something coming up about a close-knit group, or, listen to me, or clan of people. So that's something we might hear more about the news here. Someone may lace someone's food or drink or something about something regarding food or drink, or something revealing about something worn at the inauguration coming up. And so I'm thinking it has to do with the latter, but it could be both, because I'm getting lace, okay? So someone could lace someone's drink, and we are going to hear over the next 3 days or so, ooh, child, what she got on? You know, that used to happen to me all the time in school. I guess they didn't catch the memo that I'm an Aquarius. I'm eccentric by nature, okay? I'm subject to put on a rag, because I really don't put much thought into what I put on. You know, they say you can't find it in there, but you know, they say the Bible says come as you are. So when the Bible says come as you are, I go wherever I want to go as I am, authentically so in the world, because everywhere I walk, they say the world is a stage, and everywhere I walk, the world is a temple, and my body is my temple, and I address it and I adorn it the way that I want to address it and adorn it. But what I put inside my temple, then that's my business too. But that's something for me to work on, okay? That's something for you to work on. But catch the memo, okay? We don't always have to look like, because we came into the world naked, baby. We came into the world naked. You understand? This here is just garments on top of garments. Our bodies are already our clothing. Okay? Because you know the body is actually not who you are. It's what you wear. Did you know that? It's not who you are. It's what you wear. It's just like a car. That's why you have to put water in it. You have to put oil in it. You have to feed it with energy, because it's a machine. The body is a machine. And so just like you see different people wearing different kind of putting different kind of rims on their cars, people put different kind of embellishments on their machines, just like this big gray, used to be gray, but now seems to be blonde wig on my head. This is like me putting what do you call those things? A covering over my steering wheel. You know, I always talk about this. I'm going to make y'all laugh. You know, the Bible says that, well, some scriptures say, and it don't have to be the Bible, it could be the Quran, but they say a woman should not pray with her head uncovered. So for all of those that don't know it, baby, the wig is a covering. You don't get to see my head. You don't get to see my hair. So that means I'm staying in continual prayer, because my head is covered. So when somebody tells you that you should walk around with your head covered and you wear wigs tell them my head is covered. You don't see my hair. This is a wig. All right, so don't be like that, because that might start an argument, and we don't want to do that today. All right, so anyways, so the need to link and secure this the need to link and secure is something we may see in the news. This may be having to do with the borders, something to link and secure something of another. This also could have something to do with banks, okay? Because maybe we got like the, what was it, white collar crimes the other day, blue collar crimes. It was some kind of crimes that occurred the other day that was having to do with theft and fraud. And I actually think I had fraud energy yesterday. And so someone may be trying to steal bank information or something. So we may hear breach of information in the news about banks, but we also may hear something coming up with banks about in some kind of insufficiency. This could have something to do with some limitations that's placed on banks or something of that nature. Elon Musk continues to make headlines. That could be that jaw-dropping statement that we're waiting to see who gonna say what and when and why and how. Okay, I'm also picking up on roads, pathways, streets. So this could be clearings, but I'm seeing a lot about polish and paintings. This could have something to do with the vandalism. It might not even be anything negative. It could be someone showing up painting something or polishing something or something. It might not have anything to do on a negative front. We will hear more on biases and limitations, bank news regarding restrictions, profits, and insufficiency. So we may hear something about a bank and find out that they are having some problems. I know I picked up on, who was that? Kraft. Okay. Now I know Kraft is not a bank, but I do know at some point in time, at least it was, I want to say sometime last year, Kraft was having some problems. And so I'm waiting to hear what's going to happen. But, you know, that's, what is that, Berkshire Hathaway? That's, I feel like they have what it takes to fix that situation and make it all come together. But there is something going on with some of these companies, and we don't even hear about them. That's why it's so important that if you're getting ready to make an investment, that you actually do your research on the company prior to see what to try to find the trend, because there's always going to be a trend. Okay, so you want to find the trend, okay, and see if that's something that you want to actually put your money into. I'm getting something here about Neil. This is possibly Neil Diamond or Ace of Spades, because I'm getting Neil and Ace. So we may hear something coming in about Neil Diamond or Ace of Spades, or the both, okay? Now, my question is, where is Ellen DeGeneres? Where is Ellen DeGeneres? And I'm asking this because I saw, now it wasn't spelling Ellen, but I saw Ellen, and I want to know, where's Ellen? Because I haven't seen Ellen in a long time. Where is Ellen DeGeneres? Ellen, if you're out here in the world, people like me, I miss your face, my friend. Where are you? Okay? Use your beautiful gifts and beautiful talents. I know some people in the world might have thought they wrote you off, but you are loved. Everybody has not written you off. And this goes for some of you other celebrities that think that everybody in the world has written you off. It's just that you've become so successful and you've reached a certain phase in your life to where you might have met the devil. But all you got to do is go past him, and you're going to see yourself coming back from that. You see, the same thing almost happened to Kanye West. But what did he do? He adjusted and he went past that. When you come face to face with the devil, or the enemy tries to take you out, or I know you're tired because of your heart, but at the same time, I know you've done a lot of work all your life, but at the same time, Let us just see your face from time to time. Let us see your face from time to time. You are meant to be seen. You are meant to share your gift. And this is not for Ellen. I'm just asking, where is Ellen? I haven't seen Ellen, just like people were asking, where is Wendy Williams? You see, even Wendy Williams have the potential to come out of her situation because her mind is still tight, baby. But she just met the devil. And because, sometimes it catches up to you and you just have to adjust. And once you adjust, as a lot of you would say, repent, then you will get back on track again. So this goes for anybody, not just celebrities. This goes for anybody that have met the devil, the devil has come into your life and basically want to keep you in place by making you think that you have no other options and that you must perform in this way or else. But the issue is that only can happen if you rely and depend on the enemy. When you rely and depend on God, and you can say, okay, you can take that because you can take all this stuff, but you know what you can't take? You can't take me. You can't take what caused me to be able to get all of that stuff. You see, that's what people fail to realize. Baby, they can take your stuff. They can take your stuff. Because a lot of you sign contracts with these people, they take your stuff. But when you don't sign a contract with the devil, he can't take your stuff. Oh, how he wants your soul, baby, but I don't give it to him. I tell people all the time, he wants me. But he know he can't have me. I will burn it down. They say Satan can't rebuke Satan. A house divided will not stand. And I'm telling you, he wants me, but he can't have me because I will divide the house. I am pure light on the inside. So can you imagine him putting his hands, all that dark energy, putting his hands on the light? Do you know that light destroys darkness? Do you know what I will do to that darkness? Let me put this ego in check. But do you know what I would do to this darkness? Because a house divided will not stand. And I'm here to tear down the house. Baby, you were born to tear down the house. That means that it don't matter if they took all that stuff. It don't matter if they tore it down. If the house tore down, you have what it takes to rebuild again. Okay? You have what it takes to rebuild again. Sometimes things torn down, they were torn down because they were not made of the good stuff. They were not built to last. It's like building a house on quicksand. Instead of a solid foundation, you think about what's the story of the three little pigs and the big back wolf, and he huffed and he puffed and he blew their house down. At some point, they got a little bit wiser to the point to where he couldn't just come blow the house down. But before, they were making their house from sticks. And they were making their house from things that were not sturdy. Baby, you're going to have to stand 10 toes down and saying, this is my life. That's why I tell you, overcoming is an essential aim. You got to overcome. Stand 10 toes down with the devil and say, you're trying to shake up my life, but let me show you what I'm made of. You're trying to take me out, but let me show you what I'm made of. You're trying to throw them weapons at me, but let me show you what I'm made of. You're trying to take all of my stuff, but let me show you what I'm made of. You can take that stuff. That stuff was never worth much. I can't take that to the kingdom with me, but I am made of gold. I am made of diamonds. I am made of light. I am the Spirit. I create things. I'm the creator because the creator is in me. So you can take all of that stuff. So when you get to the point to where you meet the devil in your life, stand 10 toes down and ride the wave because it's all energy, baby. And just like I say, over the next 1 or 3 days, energy fades out. It comes in strong sometimes, but it fades out. You got to stand 10 toes down and find your way and be prepared for every eventuality, okay? All right. So we're going to see more sightings on the supernatural. All right. More sightings and hear more about the supernatural. Yesterday we heard about ghosts. Today, same scenario. Ghosts. Some what they call ghosts. I don't even like to call them ghosts. They're your loved ones half the time. They're lost souls needing direction. But they do exist. Although people try to make you feel like they don't exist. And if you're quiet and you're still, and if you are clean on the inside, and if you have a pure heart, you will begin to see the unseen. That's why the Bible talks about the pure in heart shall see God. They're able to see God because they're pure in heart. A lot of these people that you deem to be psychics and witches, they are more pure in heart than some of you that claim to be holier than thou. Because they're able to see, they're more likely to be able to see God. You cannot see with an impure heart. So if they are seeing, it's because their heart is pure. And some of you get it twisted and wrong. You get it twisted and wrong. You think that because they are seers and psychics, and I could be talking about myself and be biased too, but because they're seers and psychics and prophets and prophetesses, that they're not close to God. Because at some point, the prophets and the prophetesses, the reason why I clump them all in one is because the lions are blurred about who they are. You see? Because when you're really a true seer and you're really a true prophet or a prophetess, the lines are blurred about if you're a witch or a sorcerer. Because of the way this world has tried to beat down on the feminine energy, that tried to suppress the Queen of Sheba, because it is prophesied that in this time, in a time such as this, that the Queen of Sheba, it will rise up against the men of this time, and she will speak her truth. And so this is what's going on here energetically, so that, you know, when it comes down to these seers and these prophets, touch not mine anointed and do my prophets no harm. And when you learn that lesson, my friend, you really learn your lesson, okay? So we see also news coming in about weight and weight loss, okay? Weight and weight loss. So over the next 1 to 3 days, we're going to hear more about, I always say Ozempic. And here I am trying to do this thing naturally, y'all. I'm trying to do this thing naturally because I have learned, y'all know back in 2010, when I told y'all I was trying to take myself out of the world, your girl was on lithium. I was on lithium and it was trying to take me out, baby. I would have never thought to commit suicide if I was not on lithium. If you're thinking about that, baby, let me tell you. Your life is so much valuable, so worth so much than you know. It's worth so much than you know. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. If I would have took myself out then, I would have never, ever, ever, ever known why it was that God birthed me into this world, why I was birthed into this world in the first place. It's like I was trying to take myself out before I knew my purpose. And if I would have known my purpose, I would have known why I went through all of the stuff that I was going through. That's why I'm here with you right now, so that I can help you understand why it is you go through some of the stuff that you go through and how it is you can overcome that stuff and what your future holds for you. A lot of times we don't know our purpose, and our purpose, because we don't know our purpose, we don't get it. If you knew your purpose, you would begin to adjust accordingly and learn those lessons more efficiently and more effectively to become. All right. So, but I was trying to do this thing naturally. I'm trying to do this thing naturally because me putting that stuff in my body, baby, baby. From somebody who, this is just me now, from somebody who has taken that stuff and it caused me to think outside of myself, you got me messed all the way up. No, because I don't know even those little things that you put in your mouth, those vape pens and stuff, I don't even play with that. Because we don't know what's going to come on down the line. I'm going to live until I'm about 103. I'm going to live until I'm about 103. Somewhere down in them 100 lines. And because I'm going to live that long, I need to be able to function. So, yeah, I'm not going to try to I'm going to have to take better care of my temple. You're going to have to take better care of your temple. Because more and more of us are living longer, okay? So we got to take better care of our temples. But we may hear something coming up in the news about Ozempic or some kind of weight loss thing. And they may be like, ooh, girl, did you see such and such? Ooh, child, she done lost a lot of weight. Because, you know, they be gospeling. They might be gospeling about you today at church, too. Ooh, girl, she done lost a lot of weight. Did you see her? You see how she look? Ooh, she looks so, I liked her better when she was bigger. I liked her better when she was bigger. You know how they do. All right. So we see more talk about Greenland or something coming up about grassland. Okay. Preaching on Rachel and Leah. Okay. Preaching on Rachel and Leah. And so a brief little story about that in summary is that who was that? Jacob. I want to say yes. It was Jacob. And Jacob, went to, I think that was his mother's brother's house or something of along the lines. You got to read it for yourself. But he went to one of his relatives, and he sought to marry Rachel. But instead of Rachel, he was given Leah. Leah was soft in eyes, okay? Meaning she had a lazy eye, all right? She had a lazy eye. Well, she did. She had a lazy eye. And it don't say she had a lazy eye, but she did. She had a lazy eye. And so she was not as attractive as Rachel. But isn't it interesting that Leah, not being the one that was more attractive, she was one that produced more. Do you hear what I'm saying? You might not be putting more into your looks. See, this looks thing is coming up, so I feel like that's significant. You might not be putting so much effort into your looks, and people, you might not look like somebody that you might see on Top Model, but you will produce more. Because you're not afraid to get your hands dirty. You're not afraid to go into the field and work alongside your man. And not saying that any of them won't do it. But you're not afraid to go camp in the wilderness. You're not afraid to go to your wilderness. That means you're not afraid to get in there. Yeah, get in there. Yeah. You're not afraid to do all of that. And so that's kind of the energy that I picked up from Leah. She produced more. Now, Rachel, she produced too, but she had to wait a little longer, but she did. Okay. And he still loved Rachel. But Leah, I don't think Leah is given the credit that she's due all the time. Okay. But anyways, so we're going to see more about football news, and we're going to see more on schools and schools closures, okay? So this is for the energy today and the next 1 to 3 days. I love y'all. Good bless one. Hearts go out. Take care of yourself and each other. You get a heart. You get a heart. You get a heart. Hearts go out. Hearts go out. I love you. Bye.